everyone was born lonely. Humans are like isolated islands floating in the sea of fate. Human encounters are like the collision of these lonely islands, and once they touch, there would be an effect. Sometimes the islands would stick together in the name of interest, kinship, friendship, love, and hate. But eventually they would separate, walking towards the path of destruction. This is the truth behind life. Unfortunately, people are always afraid of being alone. They craved the liveliness of human crowd, and they refused to do nothing with their time. Because once they faced loneliness, it meant facing pain and hardship. But once they can face this pain, people would obtain talent and courage. Thus, there is a saying, high achievers are definitely lonely.
I 借りっぱなしで嫌いなんだから。
父さんがいいやつなんだな。
おだてだって手は抜かないわよ。
知ってるけど、できれば敵同士になりたくない。これお前みたいなやつは好きだ。
A few moments later.
Listen to me, Archer. It doesn't have to be for long, but I need you to try and slow him down for a little bit.
Have you lost your mind, Rin? Archer can't take on Berserker by himself.
I don't believe it. Do you really think this no-name servant of yours is gonna stand a chance against my Hercules? You're so much funnier than I thought, Rin.
By the way, Rin, let's be clear on something here. If all you want me to do is buy you time, I can do that. However, would you be disappointed if I just destroyed him instead? I am the bone of my soul.
He's alive? There's no way! Berserkers, don't play around with him! There's something funny about this guy. I want you to kill him before he kills you! Be done with him already!
My defeat may be inevitable, but you'll still have to work for it. I'm gonna take 2 more of your lives!
Why would insults matter to me? Insults are just words. What power do they really hold? A superficial person gets angry at curses and happy at praise, but these are just the opinions of bystanders. Living according to the views of others? How pitiful. People like that are merely pawns, restrained dogs on a leash. What truly limits a person's success is not talent, but mindset. Criticism, morality, restrictions, they're all tools used to keep people in check. Those who enforce them revel in their illusion of superiority, believing they hold some kind of higher ground. From the moment we are born, society imposes rules upon us, brainwashing us into compliance. But those who wish to surpass humanity's limits must break free of these restraints. Sadly, most never do. They spend their lives bound by chains they mistake for guidance, even wearing their collars as a badge of honor. A superficial person gets angry at curses and happy at praise. But in the end, both are just the fleeting thoughts of bystanders. Those who live according to the judgment of others are truly the most pitiful of all.
A few moments later. A few moments later.
I am an archer. I was never meant to fight using swords. But I'll admit that my own bow is just as much of a forgery. I will show you my true nature. It's the least I can do to repay you for what you've done. I am the bone of my sword, unknown to death, nor known to life. Saber, someday you will meet someone who will set you free. But I have a singular purpose, and that is the death of Shirou Emiya. This world will let no one stand between me and my task, not even you. Unlimited. Blade Works!
I finally found it. Something only I can protect. A precious treasure that only I can protect. It was right here. Right in front of me. All along.
He was helpless in life because he was weak, but so convinced was he that he could avert any tragedy as a heroic spirit, that he sold away the peace death would have granted him. He believed he could save thousands of lives, tens of thousands. But soon, even that hope was betrayed. Only one thing can be said of him. His life, such as it was, brought him constant betrayal.
That is who I am. The heroic spirit Emiya. I killed, and I killed. I killed without ceasing. Again, and again, and again.
The incantation you were given, the day that you became a heroic spirit, even a person, should never be that cruel.
I am the bone of my sword. Unknown to death, nor known to life.
A few moments later.
You're driven by this ridiculous obsession with sacrificing yourself for the sake of others. Blind to your own arrogance. No! But in the end, you're a fraud. And your hypocrisy can't save anyone. How could you when you never knew who you should save to begin with? And look, this is the result. You could never be a savior. You never had anything to save. You became the embodiment of justice. And justice can be cruel. Your ideals are falling apart. Maybe other people aren't more important than you are. It's dawning on you that a world where everyone is happy is just a fairy tale. And if you can't live without that dream, let it drag you down and drown you. They called him Sauron.
A few moments later.
Are you out of your mind? You're seriously going to sacrifice yourself instead of using Saber? You fool. Giving up your own life so that someone else can keep theirs is a lie. Even now you still can't see that. Making you an inveterate hypocrite. A hypocrite and a fraud. It's like you said, I'm a fake, remember? But I had it all wrong. My skill has nothing to do with making swords. There's only one thing I can do, and that's give form to what's in my mind. I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body and fire my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unaware of loss, nor aware of gain. Withstood pain to create weapons, waiting for one's arrival. I have no regrets. This is the only path. My whole life was unlimited blade works!
A few moments later.
行くぞ、英雄王。武器の所存は十分か。思い上がった雑誌。俺と同じ半端者だ。贋作を作るその頭蓋、一遍たりとも残しません。俺がこのような贋作に他のサーバントが相手な。こんな世界を作ったところで太刀打ちできないさ。無限の剣を持ったところで究極の位置を持った相手には対抗できない。だがお前が相手なら先に剣を用意している俺が一歩先を行く。俺
A few moments later.
Wherever you go, that's where I'll follow. Nobody is promised tomorrow, so I'ma love you wherever